Here we have a new 2026 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. This one comes in the limited trim level with all-wheel drive. This paint is Amazon gray. We get black leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid engine that's made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED signature lights there. Love that design. The lights aren't dancing like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But I love the blacked out badge there. I love the kind of galvanized look on the grille itself. Just, it's a slight refresh that we've had past couple of years, but really, really like it. Now down here to these wheels, these are going to be 19-inch alloy. We get passive keyless entry on the front doors. Door panel here, our memory seat functions here. To set that up, all you have to do is just hold the button wherever the seat's adjusted and it'll save by itself. You don't have to do anything crazy. Down here, door handle, power mirror controls. We do get our power door locks, one-touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows on the back, rear window lockout is there. Blind spot monitors are in the side mirror. Bose sound system, bottle holder there. Then over here, traction control, the electronic parking brake, hood release, manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. The release for that is there. Here's the power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. Now I do want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Tucson Hybrid today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. With 36 miles per gallon city, 37 highway, parts content is there. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the rear seat space sitting behind myself. 3-stage heated seats for the back. The buttons are on the door panel. So here we go. Let me adjust the seat back. So not bad space back here. I like the little slots for your knees. So if I sit back, I have to get my knees in there, but once they're there, they're not touching the back of the seat. And then they just barely brush the back there. I like that we get the seat back pockets on both sides. Rear AC vents, 2 USB-C charge ports. And there's a view of the front from back here. And then for the panoramic roof, there's the sunshade. Bottle holders here. Grab handle, you can hang a shirt or a pair of pants on that hook. LED lights throughout. Now, if you need to get access to the child locks, you just stick a key in there and then turn it clockwise to lock, counterclockwise to unlock. Fuel cap there. And as we come around to the back end, we do get LED tail lamps, excuse me. They don't dance like that. Again, that's just my camera. This one has the tow package hooked up to it. And for the power lift gate, you can open it from the front or the key fob or from the back. But plenty of space behind the second row. I really like that. Top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. Cargo space here. So tire inflator kits there. Then you have a 12-volt there. Then you can fold either side down, pulling that lever. Now as we come around to the rear passenger side, you want to wait for that to lock in, but you can run longer objects through to the front. And then to get it back up, you can just pop that there. And then you can see you have a bit of recline, so that's straight up. And then you can also pull it some more and get it to recline about as back as that other seat is, maybe a bit more. We get rear side airbags as well. Front passenger seats power here. And I like that we get this top storage tray and a bottom traditional glove compartment. And as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there is the 1.6 turbo hybrid setup. Before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. LED in the side mirrors and then up front. So let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. We do have heat for that as well if you want to use that, and I'll show you where that button is in a minute. Infotainment system here. We do have our navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth. So pretty loaded out in terms of what you can do with your audio sources. And then over here, you have the hybrid menu if you want to pull that up. And then you can see when the electric motor is being used, when the wheels are being turned, what's powering those, the battery, if it's being charged or being depleted to keep the vehicle going. And then for the phone projection there. And then you have your notifications, the online manual, and then in your settings here, go to your general settings and you can adjust your date and time there, your language there, and then you can individually set your units of measurement here. Backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You get the 3D view as well. I love that we get the top down view on that right side. And then there's a button, and I'll show you where that button is in a minute, but we have a front camera there. And then you can activate the parking assist system as well. But down here, volume knob is there. You can click it to turn the audio off. A tune knob. You have your shortcuts for the home, map, media, hazards, and then you have a custom button there that you can set up, and depending on what you want, you can scroll through here and make it whatever you want it to be. Now we get dual zone automatic climate control, so we can set that to auto, adjust fan speed there, and then you can sync and unsync or adjust the temperature to unsync for the passenger side. 3-stage heated cooled seats for the front, and that heated steering wheel is right here. So again, I love that all this is soft touch. Change your fan direction here. It's just really neat how the system works. Now the car's been off that entire time, and then when I turn the HVAC on, that's when it cut the engine back on to keep the battery where it's supposed to be. But 2 USB-C ports. This one runs directly to the radio if you needed to. That one's just for charging. 12 volt here. Love the storage pocket here. Nice and deep, large. If you want to put a handbag or a small backpack or something like that, you can. Center differential lock here. Drive modes. You have Eco, Sport, My Drive, and Snow. Automatic brake hold, downhill brake control. That's the button to get that front camera up, and then your parking sensors you can turn on or off here. Bottle holders, wireless charging pad, center console cubby space. And then I just hit that button up there one time and set the sunshade back and the roof. And then you can do the same thing to close it. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. Lights, if you want to set your blue link, you have that there, SOS. And then we do have the vanity mirror, and I love that we get an LED bulb there. Now back up front, left side, stalk, blinkers. We have the blind spot cameras as well. Now when you have the high beams on, you can toggle when you have the low beams on, you can toggle the high beams there. But if you have the auto lights on, you can toggle the auto high beams there. We get automatic wipers, so right side stalk, one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust the auto sensitivity here, and then we have a rear wiper as well, low, high. And then we can push back for the rear fluid, pull up for the front fluid. Now to make sure you're paying attention while you're using the Smart Cruise, you have that sensor here, and then the Smart Cruise button is there. You can adjust the gap down here, set your speed, pause, resume, lane centering here. This goes through the sub menus in that middle part of the gauge cluster, and then when applicable, You can hold this down to go to the settings, or you can use this as a scroll bar. So engine temperature, tire pressure monitors, your drive power distribution, and then your hybrid mode. You can see all of that in the middle part of the gauge cluster there. Mode button goes to your audio sources, voice recognition. This goes to your track list, radio station presets, volume up, down, and you can click that to mute, unmute. And then you have another custom button set up for the steering wheel. Bluetooth button is there for your phone. Your paddle shifters are behind the steering wheel if you want to use those. And then we do have the heads-up display right in front of me there if you take a look. Push button start. Finally, here is the key fob with remote start. And then power lift gate there, and you can move the vehicle in and out of the parking spots with that park assist here. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Tucson Hybrid Limited with all-wheel drive out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Tucson Hybrid Limited, very luxurious behind the wheel in terms of just how the leather feels, the heated steering wheel, the infotainment system, really like that. These paddle shifters that are behind the steering wheel itself is actually for regen. So I have it on level 3 now. So it's kind of interesting. The level 3 braking is very strong. The level 2 is about right in the middle. And then the level 1, you barely get any regen, but you still have to hit the brake anyway to come to a complete stop. So it just depends on how you like to drive. Me personally, I like to have the highest level of regen so that I'm charging up the battery to the best of my ability. So I really like that in terms of just being able to use the regen to maximize the battery power that I'm getting back. Now I'm gonna put it in the sport mode getting on the interstate, and then we're gonna see what this thing can do. Have a little bit of space. Here we go. So I mean, the pull was great. Wasn't flooring it by any means, just giving it a little bit. But what I like about having the turbocharged 4-cylinder mated with electric motors is you have the torque coming from the electric motor first, and then when that kind of tapers off, you have the turbo that gives you that same feeling of exhilaration. But I want to give one more big thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Tucson today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But the 1.6 turbo, again, it gives you that feeling of exhilaration. You don't feel like it tapers off and the electric motor is done in terms of helping you get up to speed. The Elantra Hybrid gets 49 miles per gallon city, I think 52 highway, and I drove that a couple vehicles before this one, and you can just tell when the electric motor is done because that one's naturally aspirated, that 1.6 is, and then it's just kind of lackluster in terms of acceleration, but that gives you the better fuel economy. This just feels more natural, I think. You still have that same feeling of slight boost coming from the electric motor, and then when it transitions to just the turbo forward doing most of the grunt work. Now for the money, I think this has a lot to offer in terms of the powertrain setup, the features that you get here. Just the overall experience is very nice for a vehicle like this. So even though it is relatively expensive, it's an SUV. It's getting 36 miles per gallon, city, 37 highway. You have heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel, smart cruise to the lane centering, a panoramic roof, leather seats. It's very nice. Now, if you wanted to go with a hybrid blue, you can save quite a bit of money if you don't care about all of these extra features. But this gives you the all-wheel drive capability, gives you pretty much everything. So for $45,000, I think if it didn't have a Hyundai badge on it, you'd be thinking, oh, this is a bargain, you know? But a lot of these are, in terms of the features, they're nicer, more reliable than some of the German brands when you think of Mercedes, Audi, BMW, so even Porsche, you know, in terms of the European brands, I should say. But I really like the vehicle just because it's easy. It's easy to drive, it's easy to use the controls, and it still looks very futuristic in terms of the outside appearance, the interior. And Hyundai just did a really good job with this model in particular. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. This one is a limited with all-wheel drive.